Bringing back Vance Joy into the Volume.com studio. Welcome back to Nashville.
Thank you, Dan. It's great to be here.
Man, it's great to have you here, and we're excited to catch up with Vance Joy. He's got a show tonight at Ryman Auditorium, headlining the Ryman. I'm not sure if it's officially sold out. When I looked this morning, there were not many tickets left.
Yeah. So
just a few. If you're thinking about going, do not wait an inch, as we're going to get Vance Joy at Ryman Auditorium, and we're excited to have him playing some songs for us here. If you're listening on the radio, you can also be watching. We're at volume.com/lightning100, and we're getting closer to this new record coming out. He's been taking his sweet time giving it to us. It'll be out a week from this Friday, which you can go ahead and pre-save it or order it at vancejoy.com, and excited to chat with you about that and hear some songs. We've been, I think both these songs that you're about to play for us, we've been playing them a bunch on the radio.
Thank you.
The latest single is Clarity, and that's doing great. You want to maybe tell us a little bit about this song? And,
for sure.
And play this for us?
Yeah. I wrote this song. Actually, both the songs I'm going to play, I wrote, during COVID times, and I wrote them both over Zoom. I went on a Zoom call with my friend Joel Little, who's another, he's a great songwriter, producer, and we got in touch, and both of these songs came out of Zoom sessions.
I bet you never thought you'd be doing that.
I never thought I'd have to do that. Yeah. That was kind of brought about just by pure necessity. Like I needed to kind of, get my creative juices flowing, and that was the kind of the best way to collaborate. So it was surprisingly possible. So yeah, this song Clarity, it's just kind of about realizing what matters most, I guess. And I did a bit of, thinking I had a lot of time to think and put things in perspective during the time away from music.
It's Vance Joy live on Lightning 100.
The day began like all the rest, a frantic beating in my chest, a panicked reeling in my brain, perspective lost but nothing gained. I was so stuck inside my shell, and then the ground began to sway. I realized what mattered most to me when the stars began to fall right out of the sky and the seas were rising up. I had one thing in mind, it was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you. When the road began to crumble in front of my eyes, there was only one person I wanted to find. It was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you, darling. Hey. Precious moments that we shared, you slowed time down inside my head. I wish I'd found this clarity while I still had you close to me. I was so stuck inside my shell until the ground began to sway. I realized what mattered most that day when the stars began to fall right out of the sky and the seas were rising up. I had one thing in mind, it was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you. When the road began to crumble in front of my eyes, there was only one person I wanted to find. It was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you, darling. Hey. Fall right out of the sky and the seas were rising up. I had one thing in mind, it was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you. When the road began to crumble in front of my eyes, there was only one person I wanted to find. It was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you, darling.
Lightning 100, Vance Joy, live here in the Volume.com studio. We're live on Volume.com and Lightning 100. It's tonight. Vance is back in Nashville headlining Ryman Auditorium. The show, it might be sold out. It was almost sold out this morning. Just a few tickets remaining. So don't wait if you're thinking about getting them. And I should have done this before we went live here, Vance. I realized I didn't do this because the opener is going on at 7:30, and they don't have the easiest name to pronounce, at least from reading it.
Is it Bujara?
Bujara. Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty. I think you're saying it good as well.
Okay.
Bujara. I say Bujara. Yeah, it's a word you probably or a name you'd probably never seen before, and it was new to me as well. But he's an amazing voice, an amazing kind of young guy. He's like 19, I think. So it's his first tour in America, and he's just like it's all new to him, but he really his voice is pretty magical. So I think in the Ryman it's gonna sound amazing, and I really think he's gonna have a great career. Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to his music a little bit. Yeah, he's got a great voice, and I always try and tell myself and tell others to encourage everyone to get there for the opener, get there early, catch these acts, get the bang for your buck, but also discover your next favorite act. I mean, it's an opportunity. So 7:30 p.m. opening for Vance Joy tonight out at Ryman Auditorium. You've been hearing us play the latest single, Clarity, on Lightning 100. It's from the upcoming record, In Our Own Sweet Time, which is coming out the 10th of June, which is a week from tomorrow. You can pre-save or order it over at vancejoy.com. So kind of amazing to me when it feels like not that long ago, but when I looked at the date, it's been almost 10 years since you were first here. And this was one of your first spots that you got to do something here in the States, right?
Yeah, it was one of my first ever promotional, going visiting you guys here at Lightning 100. It's funny because it's just it's like I come into a time capsule and I come back in here and I sit in the chair and I see the posters on the wall and I'm like, every time I've been here, it's like it all blends into this one kind of nice experience, and yeah, it's nice to be back. It's a beautiful old building here, so I feel kind of like this is the kind of I love performing in this spot. It's really good.
Well, we love having you here. You have a great memory, actually. I got to see you. I was in Philadelphia for a conference, and you played very early in the morning, which is I can't imagine trying to sing that early while people are having breakfast. But the girl beside me, said something to you, and you remembered meeting her, and that meant so much to her. So
yeah. I think I don't know. I just it's enjoyable getting on the road, and I guess when you're on the road and playing shows, it's just exciting, new experiences, new faces. So some of those things are kind of leave an imprint on you. So that's cool. It's a cool thing.
And you said you didn't get up till a couple hours ago. So this really is kind of morning time right now.
This is morning time. Last night I had some barbecue. Went with my drummer Ed. We went to a place called Martin's.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. I had some like a slab of ribs, and then we went to Hattie B's because the other part of the band were having their fried chicken. So it was like we were going one place to another, and then we ended up at Losers. We ended up at Losers,
which is right beside Winners.
Next to it, yeah. And there was a great band playing. We had a couple of beers, and I had a shot of whiskey, which I thought was going to affect it. Just kind of I got a little bit more drunk than I was planning on, but it's all good. So that's why I'm just getting into it now.
Okay, so some of the foods that you have here in the States, can you get any of that stuff in Australia, or does it seem different here? Or?
It's different. I think it's kind of dialed in to another level here. Like you can get ribs over there, but I don't know. There's something about that with the dry rub on it. I love those ones, and they're around, but they're just not quite. I just don't think there's probably not as many people doing it, and there's not as many people trying to kind of perfecting it. So when we come here, we just kind of, I think couple of nights of serious barbecue food. I think I'm just going to chill tonight, and then not on a show day, like no spicy fried chicken on a show day.
I know, yeah. We saw Alt J, and they had Hattie B's, and they were like, I think we are having a little regret because it was too hot. We have a show tonight, so yeah.
Spicy and singing is just not a combo.
Take it easy on yourself there. So, as far as food in Australia, is there a dish there that you think that maybe they do better, or that you just can't get here in the States?
We do a few things. Like honestly, like I feel like you can get everything here, but we do like our breakfast foods are a bit different. Like, I think we don't have like the classic diner breakfast. You know, you can't find it in Australia, but we do. You know, we do like avocado on toast. We have Vegemite, which is like a spread, which is, I guess, to most people kind of disgusting when they taste it for the first time. It sounds like, doesn't sound appetizing, but it's a yeast extract. They make it from like whatever's left after you make beers. They scrape out this dark tarry kind of stuff, and it's this brown paste, and that's what we put on our bread. So, you know, it's an acquired taste. Maybe it's, you know, there's not many options, and we get addicted to this stuff called Vegemite.
Well, and we're all familiar with it here just from Colin Hay singing about it, you know, and so it's in the head. There's a curiosity. I don't know if they could do an American spinoff, and maybe we try it at least once.
Yeah. I should really carry one around with me when I'm on tour, just to like give people a taste of a Vegemite sandwich, just so they know, like they can go, okay, I know the song, but now I know what it actually tastes like.
One of the things that I've heard, and I don't know if you can tell me how true it is or not, that a lot of times the Australians will drink their beer warm.
It depends where you are. Like, I'm sure that it's probably honestly, like where I'm from in Melbourne, people are drinking pretty cold beer. I know that there's maybe, you know, we come from England, and so maybe there's a bit of a crossover, but definitely in England they're keeping their beers warm. And I went to get a Guinness in London the other day, and they said, do you want it extra cold or just kind of room temp? I was like, I don't know, I think I'll go the extra cold. But apparently it's an acquired taste, and it is pretty good. But in Australia, I mean, if you're up, it gets pretty cold in Tasmania at the bottom, but if you're up the top in the tropical weather, it's got to be cold. Like, you know, like it's super hot and humid. It's kind of similar to here, like in the north of Australia. So cold beer, I think, is the way to go.
It's fun. It's fun to hear about it. I've never traveled there, so it's fun. We got Vance Joy here. He's traveling across the states, doing the Ryman tonight, and is going to play another song for us. Is this going to be from your upcoming record?
Yes, this is another tune. This has been out for a little while, but it was the first single. It's called Missing Piece.
All right, this is Vance Joy live on Lightning 100 and Volume.com.
I've been waiting for the tides to change, for the waves to send you my way. I see you, darling, but you pixelate. It gets hard to take these days. But we'll hold the line, I won't let go, 'cause I'll be there when you can finally make it on. And I don't mind, 'cause we both know that we'll be fine when you can finally make it on. Because when I'm in a room with you, that missing piece is found. You know, when you're by my side, darling, nothing can bring us down. Ooh, I remember happy wasted days, summer's golden haze in our eyes, lifting you above the breaking waves, memories floating back to my mind. You said, hold the line, I won't let go, 'cause I'll be there when you can finally make it on. And I don't mind, 'cause we both know that we'll be fine when you can finally make it on. Because when I'm in a room with you, that missing piece is found. You know, when you're by my side, darling, nothing can bring us down. It's like when you're far away from me, I get lost in the crowd. Because when I'm in a room with you, that missing piece is found. Oh, I won't waste a minute when you're here, and we're finally in the clear. When every day is like the last, I just keep holding fast. Because when I'm in a room with you, that missing piece is found. Oh, you know, when you're by my side, darling, nothing can bring us down. It's like when you're far away from me, I get lost in the crowd. Because when I'm in a room with you, a missing piece is found. Oh.
Lightning 100, Vance Joy live in the Volume.com studio. We're on Volume.com. We're on Lightning 100. Tonight, Vance Joy going to be headlining the Ryman. We're getting closer to getting the new record in our own sweet time. At this show, have you been playing any songs that aren't out yet at the show?
Yeah, we're playing about 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're all feeling really good. So it's exciting to be playing new stuff after about 4 years break between albums. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely grateful. I bet has it been fun being back out on the road a little bit?
It's been great. Like I forgot about how good it is to play in front of people and feel that connection. Like you don't really. It doesn't hit you until you're actually on stage looking at people and seeing their faces and, seeing, whatever it is, couples dancing or people clapping their hands and just the general good vibes. So it has been a great, good nourisher for the soul.
I saw, it looked like had a lot of fun at the Bottle Rock Fest recently.
We got actually our time slot got moved, so we were playing initially at 4:30 in the afternoon, and after us was Pitbull, and we were all really stoked because we're like, we're gonna finish, we're gonna watch like Pitbull, see all those bangers and be out in the crowd, and that would have been super fun, but. Fortunately as well, but also unfortunately, we started at 6:30 and we were on the main stage just before the headliner Pink. So that was pretty cool. We played to a huge crowd, and then I got to go and stand and watch Pink, which is she's a legend. So it worked out really well. Beautiful place, great part of the world. So it was very fun.
When you were growing up, did you watch much? Did they have VH1 or MTV in Australia, anything like that?
We had
music videos.
We did have music videos. That was a big part of life. I remember waking up on the weekend. We had a thing called it was a TV Hits or something like that. There was a thing called Rage, which was one show, and then another one, and it was just the countdown and watching all the film clips on the weekend. And they definitely, that was my Saturday and Sunday mornings. I remember it's like sitting down on the carpet watching TV.
Well, I saw earlier this week you put out a music video for Every Side of You, and I was watching. It's kind of this coming of age story for some kids, I assume in Australia, that actually filmed in Australia. I saw the Right Side Drive for when Mom was looking for him.
Man. That film clip is beautiful. It's a song, Every Side of You. And it gives such a real sense of a Australian location. Like it's in a place called Clunes. I was Clunes. I was messaging the director and I was like, dude, where did you film this? It feels so real. Like you really capture a real spirit. So I recommend that one. I love the storyline. Very subtle, but moving.